IIF to introduce Mr. J. Karthikeyan, Karma Innovation, onto the stage, please. Yes.
Very good afternoon, friends. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Karthikeyan. Mr. Karthikeyan is fondly called as JK. JK is a true Plymouth, bringing 27 years of professional experience across vast array of industries, including oil and gas, financial services, and engineering design and instrumentation. He is currently serves as a director of Karma Innovations and Solutions Private Limited and is the founder of Behavioral Finance Coach at Financial Wellness Forever. His journey is defined by unique blend of technical mastery and financial expertise. He is an innovator and a researcher. He is a gold medal winner for innovation from DST Lockheed Martin India Innovation Growth Program and has 5 patent filings to his credit. And he is a quality and lean expert. As a Six Sigma black belt and lean implementation consultant with Quality Council of India, he serves as the secretary of the Quality Circle Forum of India, Coimbatore chapter. As a financial guide, he holds the Certified Financial Planner designation, the highest in the domain, and has dedicated over 10,000 hours to training more than 25,000 individuals at organizations like Titan, L&T, and TVS Group. As an author, he has written a mechanical engineering graduate with MBA from MBA and PG CPPM from IIM Indore. JK has served as visiting faculty at prestigious institutions like Anna University, PSG Institute of Management. His insights are frequently featured in publications such as Business Line and Money Today. Beyond his professional accolades, JK is a world record holder for walking over 50,000 steps in 6 hours. That's a great achievement, sir. A dedicated humanitarian, having donated blood 62 times. I think among us, he must be the highest number of donator. Known for presentation style that is informative, humorous, and stimulating. He excels at encouraging audience to turn insight into action. I would like to invite Mr. Karthikeyan on the stage, please. Thank you.
Sir, for that warm introduction. So today I'm here to share some of our experiences and possibilities on the technical side related to the industrial CT, industrial computerized tomography. So and how it can be useful for us as manufacturing, manufacturing people as such. Particularly, here I'm focusing on specifically on the casting domain, right? So let's quickly jump into it. Of course, it's a tough presentation now because of the heavy food and all those. I'll try to do justice. So to begin with, what are the typical customers' expectations from the foundries? இது என்ன அப்படிங்கறத பார்த்துட்டோம்னா அதுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி நம்ம இந்த எக்யூப்மென்ட் எப்படி அது யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கறத பார்க்கிறது கொஞ்சம் யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும், ரைட்? So what are the typical expectations? Is this right? Rapid new product development. கேக்குறாங்களா? Earlier maybe we used to get 1 year, 2 year for a new product development. Today we are expected to do 100 new product developments within a same year. Unda illingla? So that is what is expected. And adhe nerathila the expected quality standards have been going up. There were times when for castings level 3, level 4 were accepted. Today we are talking about level 1. I have some customers in the aerospace division where they are talking about ASTM has not defined this. They are giving their own standards, saying level 0, level 00. okay, which they have created. As a OEM, they have created that and then they are pushing it on down to the manufacturers as such. Not given by the standards authorities. And at the same time, we are expected to give consistent quality. So it's not that once I give it, it cannot be accepted, because again, the consistent quality is not just insisted by our customers. Today, the other major force which is insisting on consistent quality is the legal framework. Right? The USA la yaro orutharukku edo or problem aache, and if the root cause is my product, my casting, then there is a chance that the whole thing will fall on my head. Can I survive that legal implication? This is a major thing that we need to consider when we are talking about consistent quality. So what I find as a root cause which is underlying all these three things, the major issues, is difficulty in identifying the internal discontinuities in castings. We typically as engineers from the NDT domain, we call it only discontinuities. I mean, no, defect marala. We only say there is some deviation. Whether it is a defect or not, I don't know. That has to be determined by the OEM or the standards what we are going to follow. Okay, so now let's look at a typical quick walk through the current methods which are used. Of course, maybe I can cut the castings and see what is inside. It is not, its limitation is that it's not error proof. Significant discontinuities can be missed because I can only cut so much. Right? So maybe 1 mm after the place where I have cut, there is an 8 mm long porosity or shrinkage or something like that, but I won't know because there are limitations in where I can cut. Today, yes, most of us are using simulation software and all those, yes, and we have also heard about the butterfly effect. One small input variation in terms of parameters, then the output can be significantly different. So I cannot completely rely on that. So yes, they are doing far better than what they were maybe 10 years ago, these simulation softwares. But it's not a end all kind of a thing. And I've had some customers who say, okay, forget cutting or simulation, I will actually machine it and see. If as long as the machining is okay, then I can accept the product. Yes, but what about regular running products? What if there are pressure and temperature variations in the environment in which the product is going to be applied? So it is not just the machining which can through the product. You also need to know what are the internal things which can propagate outside. So that becomes a problem. So this is again not a solution for finding the internal discontinuities. There is radiography. Yes, digital radiography is again there, film radiography and all those. But here again, we can find definitely the internal products, most proven method for finding the internal products. The normal radiography alone, there is again a limitation where I can find only the dimensions in 2 coordinates, right? XY mattum paaka mudiyum, Z paaka mudiyum. So at what depth is the product lying? And to what depth is this actual defect flowing through? Can I find that? Yes, konja rotate panni, tilt panni andadella panni paakalam, but is that again a foolproof method? Answer is no. So that is where the again digital radiography being a good solution. I'll just show you some samples, some perfectly good looking samples from the outside, but when you look at it from the same angle inside, you can find so many porosities inside, right? Shrinkages here. Inge tilt panni eduthamna, again you can see so many which are progressing. That's the advantage in the digital radiography system. Film radiography la wherever angle eduthu paakuradhu அப்படிங்கிறது practical illa because it takes a lot of time and money. In a digital radiography, you can just get these things done in a few seconds and it doesn't cost you money except for the electrical power. So definitely a good system, but it also has its limitation. Orientation maariruchina, you cannot find out where we might miss out on the defects. Only 2 coordinates. So idu ellathukkume solve pandra mari, is there a solution? Yes, there is a solution, which is the industrial tomography system, right? So what we do in the industrial tomography is that it is again you're going to use digital radiography only, but instead of taking one shot, we are going to take anywhere from 750 to 2000 images in one rotation. So the indexing of the imaging is so accurate that 360 degrees is divided going up to even 2000 steps, and so many images are taken. Each step layum over images eduthu, all those images are combined together to get the three-dimensional image, right? So that is what is the CT. And now once it comes out as a three-dimensional one, then even the discontinuities can be checked three-dimensionally. அப்போ அந்த டிஃபெக்ட்ஸ் எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் ஃப்ளோ ஆகுது அப்படிங்கிறது எல்லாத்தையுமே வந்து we can also find out three-dimensionally. We can measure the volumes, we can measure the different sizes, and எந்த செக்ஷன்ல இருக்கு இது எல்லாத்தையுமே நம்ம பண்ணிட முடியும். I'll show you a quick video for the same component. Yeah. Okay, அந்த அளவுக்கு இது சரியா இல்ல, but can you see these? வரும், anyway, we'll see it in detail. So this is the initial output from the CT. This is not an external scan. This is the initial rendering of the 2000 images together to get the initial render. So external imaging parts ellame ungalku vandrum. Then we can go section wise. We can make it transparent, and then we can see whatever is inside. And the blue red irukkiradhu ellame vandu there is a graph here. The scale la vandu we can see what are the sizes. So it's called a rainbow scale. So it starts from blue, which is the lowest, or indigo on the lowest size, and goes out onto other side, which is red, which is the largest ones. So each one of those discontinuities can be identified. The planes can be checked. X, Y, Z la enga venalum nama the plane move பண்ணும்போது நம்ம defects அதுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி அந்த செக்ஷன்ல என்ன இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறது எல்லாத்தையுமே நம்ம எடுத்துற முடியும். Oh, that's nice. That's a huge list of discontinuities which are there. So, either only click pannamnalum, we can directly go and land on that particular discontinuity whichever is there. So, and we can do the measurement in terms of volume. எத்தனை mm cube இது இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறது வந்து நம்ம பாத்துற முடியும். Similarly, XYZ on what axis, what plane is it? எவ்வளவு தூரத்துல இருக்கு? From the base XYZ ல எந்த ஆக்சஸ்லயுமே எந்த லெவல்ல எக்ஸாக்ட்டா எந்த இடத்துல இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறதையும் we can get the very accurate data on the discontinuity. So diagnosis இந்த அளவுக்கு இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா you are already a casting expert. So டக்குனு அதை எப்படி ரிமூவ் பண்றதுங்கிறது நீங்க ஈஸியா கண்டுபிடிச்சிடலாம். So this is basically that kind of a tool where we can pinpoint, find out where exactly the discontinuities are. Maybe it's an accepted one. அது எல்லாத்துக்குமே தெரியும் இல்லையா? We cannot eliminate porosities from this thing, but is it within the acceptable range அப்படிங்கறத பார்க்க போறோம். இதுலயும் அதேதான். Is it within the acceptable range அப்படிங்கறத பார்த்துட்டு அதை எலிமினேட் பண்றதுக்கான வேலைகள் நம்ம பார்த்துக்கலாம். So I'll just cut short this. Yeah, so these kind of complete measurements and all those things can be got for the specified porosities and things like that. Using a standard X-ray source and our standard X-ray machine itself, which is typically for automobile castings and other things, we could detect defects of the volume 0.03 mm cube, 0.03 milliliter mm cube. அது வரைக்குமே வந்து we could detect. So typically இந்த இது பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு this was a typical discontinuity, right? அது பாத்தீங்கன்னா it is going in X, Y, Z எல்லா டைரக்ஷன்லயுமே போகுது அந்த ஒரு discontinuity. சும்மா இருக்கும்போது நமக்கு தெரியாது. And this particular thing also, there is இந்த இடத்துல blob மாதிரி ஒன்று பெருசா இருக்கு, but there is one particular line which is going pretty deep inside, right? So such things can be very easily detected and corrected உங்களோட process மூலமாக. Volumetric measurements, exact coordinates. I've mentioned all these things. Some of the limitations, yes, is that it's a bit significantly costly compared to your normal digital radiography system. Plus the time it takes is definitely a bit more. So it may not be used for your 100% inspection process. This is typically for your new product development. Yes, today we also have systems where we are talking about accelerated CTs, where instead of 750 images அந்த மாதிரிலாம் பண்றதுக்கு பதிலாக can we do it with only 100? So we have technology related to that also. In fact, Tesla was the one who was pushing for this 100% inspection using CT. So adukku technology develop ஆயிருச்சு. So today we can also offer those kind of technology also. 100% CT உங்க கஸ்டமர் கேட்டாங்கனாலும் take the order, we are here to support you for supplying the machine. Even that is possible. So what we have done is, this is the first made in India industrial computerized radiography system. The entire hardware, the entire acquisition software, integration, all done by Karma, right? Very cost effective compared to the imported systems. We are talking about something like half of the cost of a typical imported system with the same specifications. That is what we are looking at. Very rugged, made for Indian conditions. So typically, again, when you look at the imported CT, what they talk about is it has to be a dedicated CT. அதில் 2D imaging நான் பண்ணலாமா அப்படின்னா அது முடியாது, நீங்க தனி இன்னொரு மிஷின் வாங்கிக்கோங்கன்றுவாங்க. It is dedicated only for CT. What we are, I mean, that is not affordable by us. I won't do that. So how can I expect my customers to do that? Right? Dedicated one machine only for CT, not for 2D அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. So in our systems, what you can do is you only need to change the settings, saying, okay, next one over 1000 parts, you need to check in a 2D, you can do that. One part alone you want to do a CT, yes, change the settings, it will change into the CT mode. So you can do your normal 2D inspection continuously பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கலாம், few thousand parts or whatever it may be. Plus new product development ஏதோ ஒரு to confirm process parameters கரெக்டா தான் இருக்குதுங்கிறத கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்றதுக்கு maybe once in a batch you can do one CT to ensure that everything is following the standards. So then again you can come back to the normal 2D. So all those possibilities we have provided in our system. I'm jumping ship. And this also can be customized to suit your requirements. See, that again is the advantage as a manufacturer. We are not a distributor, we are a complete research based manufacturing company. So based on your component size, weight, whatever parameters and things like that, we will build a machine to suit your requirements. So that can give you a lot of advantage in terms of your operational advantage, and also the cost benefits will come to you. Overall benefits also will come to you. And we are already offering CT as a service, because not everyone can buy CT machine. We have a machine in our facility, so we are offering CT as a service. We started this in the year 2022 for aluminum components, and from end of June or maybe beginning of July, we will have one such facility in Chennai also. So we are putting up a center at Tirumudiyakam Sipcot Industrial Estate. So we are coming closer to the Chennai market. I mean, we are coming into, I mean, not closer, unga koodaye irukka porom po aduthu. So we are going to be there with you. Maybe by end of June or July, we will have a 225 kV CT facility system here. So you can use our services here. And Coimbatore, which is our head office, we are upgrading our system into a 450 kV industrial CT, which can even accommodate ferrous castings up to 40 or 50 mm material thickness. Even for that, we are putting up our plant. So all these things will be ready by June, July. So this is where I was mentioning that 0.023 mm thing. So this is a very interesting case study. Just wanted to share that input here. See, the material thickness in this particular zone by itself is very less. The neck and there are some other attachments which are also going to be connected onto this. So the OEM found that this particular area is getting cracked. So if a 2D we could not find out any discontinuities there. Everything was clear. The problem was the material thickness itself is very thin. The thickness of the discontinuity, the air entrapment is also very thin. It's more or less like a lamination. Rumba fine variation தான் இருக்கு. So such kind of discontinuities can only be detected using CT. Normal 2D ல அது கண்டுபிடிக்கவே முடியல actually. So this is a big advantage that we have with this particular technology. So specifically for new product development, I invite all of you to first experience this once. in terms of the CT, I'm sure your new product development process can be significantly be advanced in terms of time requirement. அதே மாதிரி அந்த ஃபுல் ப்ரூஃபான ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட்டை வந்து நீங்க சப்ளை பண்ண முடியும் உங்க கஸ்டமருக்கு. So I invite all of you to try it out once, the CT, the advantages of the CT. So in the technology develop பண்றதுக்கு what are the technological breakthroughs that we did was the precise positioning with 5,000 and the 2,000 indexations, right? So there's continuous talk between the hardware and the software. நான் இப்போ கிளம்பிட்டேன், மூவ் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கேன், வந்து சேர்ந்துட்டேன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னப்போ, ஓகே நீ நிஜமாவே எந்த பொசிஷன்ல இருக்கிற அதை எனக்கு சொல்லு. ஓகே இந்த இதுதான் என்னோட பொசிஷன். ஓகே இமேஜ் எடுத்துடலாம். இமேஜ் நான் எடுத்து முடிச்சிட்டேன், அடுத்த பொசிஷனுக்கு போறதுக்கு மூவ் பண்ணேன். So there's a continuous dialogue between the hardware and the software, and anywhere that feedback loop gets cut, there is a alternative solution also to solve that particular problem. So that was a very interesting mechanism that we could develop in the hardware and software thing for that perfect image capturing and image reconstruction also we have done. For the analysis, we have gone with volume graphics. World over, volume graphics has almost 90-95% market share. So if you are talking about any OEM, let it be TVS, Honda, Hero, Maruti specifically, the European Volkswagen, Brembo, somebody was mentioning today morning. So any of these product manufacturers or the OEMs, they are using volume graphics in their research labs. So when you are sending an image with the CT or sending a volume file from your machine, it has to gel well with their product. அப்பதான் அவங்க ரிப்போர்ட்ஸ் இமீடியட்டா இன்டகிரேட் பண்ணி பார்க்க முடியும். They can confirm whatever it is. So for that requirement, we are also going with volume graphics as the analysis software. So in case you want the outputs as a volume graphics output file, we can give you that. So you can share it with your customers for the further analysis. I'll skip this for time requirements. This is Malar, my other partner, who was the project head for this. He is now kind of one of the world-renowned experts on CT. He has spent almost 4 years traveling across the world, learning from everyone, and then integrating it and proving it completely in India. And this is the other development that we have done in recent times, not related to CT, but related to automated decision making. You would have heard about many of the players talking about something called as ADR, assisted defect recognition. So we have gone much ahead of that. This is automated decision making itself, where once in a level you say, okay, level 2 is accepted for me, or shrinkage level 1 is accepted and porosity I will accept level 2, whatever it may be. So once you set that level into the software, automatically the markings are done, the color comes up, and in case the level is more, it will also mark it in red along with the diagnosis on what the defect is. Here it says it is shrinkage level 3, right? So and all this happens within a fraction of a second. So image capture mudicha udaneye it will come up in the other screen with these kind of markings. So this also has been a major requirement from many OEMs, where operator fatigue needs to go out abdingiradhula. And particularly there is a problem with any radiography systems where ASTM does not give you any measurement based standards. It is all vision based standards. So even for the inspector, we are supposed to do our eye tests and even the color blindness test and all those. In spite of that, இன்னைக்கு காலையில வைஃப் கூட சண்டை போட்டு வந்திருந்தேன்னா எனக்கு எல்லாமே ரிஜெக்ட் தான். ஸோ அப்படியே நடக்குது. பாஸ் ஒரு 2 பேரும் எத்தினாரு அப்படின்னம்னா ஓகே ரைட் நான் பாத்துக்கிறேன், எல்லாம் ரிஜெக்ட் போடு. And I can justify, பாருங்க இது கொஞ்சம் வேரியேஷன் இருக்கு, அதனால தான் ரிஜெக்ட் பண்ணேன். I can justify because it's all vision based, nothing is measurable. So that is one concern that most OEMs are raising up today. And this I see from many of the electrical OEMs also, particularly Siemens, L&T and all those people who are supplying for those electrical parts. They are insisting on this to eliminate the manual interpretation, the human interpretation, and taking it onto the automated inspection. So we have a system already running, and the first system we supplied about 3 years ago for alloy wheels inspection to Rico Auto in Manesar. So very successfully running, and we are offering this also as part of our machines. So a quick background in terms of how we work. We deem it our duty to serve our customers with the right intention and dedication. Karma Yoga, that is the name Karma, basically. So that is where we started out. And we are basically a research-led organization. We were funded by Government of India, the TDB and DSIR, Department of Science and Industrial Research. And I was incubated at NIT Trichy for about 6 years to develop and to indigenize this particular technology related to digital radiography. So that is our core this thing. Today we have more than 70 installations across the country. So including close to 10 here in Chennai. So, and technology is, well, our technology was validated across the world, and I went on to win the DST, Department of Science and Technology, Lockheed Martin India Innovation Growth Program. So we continue to be a research-oriented company. Today, we are working with a number of applications, not just in castings. Of course, today, I mean, for this forum, I've been talking only about castings. We are working with aerospace, typically with the blade inspections, turbine blade inspections and things like that. Nuclear, we are very closely working with Kalpakam. We are working on some micro porosities, defects and things like that, CT with them and all that. Particular nuclear applications in Pogumodo, the issue is once the part goes into the critical zone, you can't take it out. You cannot quickly change it or things like that. Or maybe for the next 40 years, the part is going to be inside only, and it has to be fail-proof for so many years. So then the required inspection standards are very stringent, and even the micron level defects and porosities need to be, discontinuities need to be detected. And defense is another area, PCBs, food. I love this particular thing, and coming from Coimbatore, which is next to the coconut belt. So we have developed a solution for finding, particularly in Chennai, இது எல்லாத்துக்குமே நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். இப்போ இளநீ ஒன்று வாங்குறோம், நிறைய தனியா கொடுப்பான்னு தான் கேட்போம். பட் உள்ள இருக்கிறது கொஞ்சோண்டா இருக்கும், சரி தலைவலித்தேன்னு போயிடுறோம். அதே மாதிரி வீட்டில் போய் வாங்கும் போது சட்னி பண்றதுக்காக தேங்காய் நான் வாங்குவோம், இல்லை குளிக்கெல்லாம் பார்த்து வாங்கிட்டு வருவோம். கடைசியில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உள்ள தண்ணி தான் அதிகமாக இருக்கும், பல்ப் இருக்காது. பட் we are buying in only few numbers, so it doesn't matter. But today we have factories which are bottling coconut water, and parachute-like companies, right? Marico, those people, kind of people, they are buying lakhs of coconuts on a daily basis. And because we don't know what is inside, the actual farmer is getting only 4 rupees or 5 rupees for the coconut. And ulla enna irukku enakku theriyadhu, avladhaan tharuven, is what the broker is saying. So again, the problem for the broker is 1 month hence or 2 months hence, he gets a debit note saying all these were the bad coconuts. So my personal project, my personal pet project is for inspection of coconuts, volumetric analysis of coconuts. We have done that and putting this onto a truck so that it can go to every farm gate. இப்போ எப்படி கதிர் இருக்கும் இயந்திரம் ஒவ்வொரு இடத்துக்கு போய் அங்க முடிச்சிட்டு வந்துருது இல்லையா, அது மாதிரி I can put it on a truck, take it to every farm, and if there are maybe ஒரு ஏக்கர்ல எடுத்தாங்கன்னா 10,000 கோகனட் இருக்கும் ஒரு நாளைக்கு. So I will inspect that for a charge and then keep moving. So that's my pet project, my personal pet project for the coconut farmers actually. Socially meaningful இருக்கணும் இல்லையா நம்ம வேலை செய்யறது. So that's my pet project. So we are working on all these things. AI, yes, we are extensively working with AI and automated decision making. Inspection as a service we are extending. CT இது நான் சொல்லிட்டேன். And this is another service that we are offering. In case you have any legacy systems which you have for previously you have bought maybe 5-10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever it may be, you have imported or whatever it may be, any brand and other things, we have the capability to upgrade them with the latest technologies. So we have done such projects with many companies. Chennai, I think there is only one such place where we have done it, Kaparo, where we took only the shell and completely changed the whole thing. We gave new life to that shell, source, detector, controls, everything we upgraded, and now it's already into the 4th year. We take care of the whole system after that, complete AMC, maintenance, everything we take care of it. So any such legacy systems also we can provide you. And all our equipments are completely safe. We are type approved by Atomic Energy Regulatory Board. So that is the highest authority in the country related to this, and they are the most stringent in this zone itself. We are supplying to Singapore. Their standards is 10 times lax compared to Indian standards. ஏன்னா இங்க வந்து கொஞ்சம் பயந்தே தான் பண்றாங்க, அதனால ரொம்ப சேஃபா வச்சிருக்காங்க ஸ்டாண்டர்ட்ஸ். சிங்கப்பூர்ல இதை விட 10 மடங்கு ஃப்ரீயா வச்சிருக்கான். லீக்கேஜ் அவ்வளவு இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்லைங்கிறான். என்னப்பா இந்தியாவோட இருக்கு, அப்ப அறவே கொடு. So that is how it is. So we are far ahead in terms of this. So thank you very much for your patient listening. I'm open for some questions in case you have. These are my contact details, and yes, shortly we'll be there right next to you at Thirumudivakam. Thank you.
What other machines are you planning in X-ray also?
X-ray, yes. It will be a 225 kV CT capable system. So we can do the 2D and also the CT, sir. Both will be done in the same machine. And we can accommodate components up to 1300 mm in height and weight going up to 100 kgs. So it will be since it's a service center, it will be a multi-capable machine. So most of your parts will be able to support you in terms of the inspection. And the thickness of the material, we can go up to 125 mm of aluminum material thickness. Not much of aluminum will be of that size, but today some special applications also go into such high thicknesses. So we are looking at all capable kind of a machine. X-ray with CT, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions?
Yeah. Yes. We can add it. It is ADM as we call it, assisted decision making itself. Yeah, I mean automated decision making itself. It is not the assisted thing. There is no need for any human intervention. It takes the decision automatically, because ADR is only assisted. The final decision again nanda edukanunga. So I don't want that to be there. The OEMs don't want that. Your buyers don't want that. So we have developed this system which is the automated decision making actually. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think this is one of the
Thank you.
areas where the casting industry is growing, and nowadays many of the customers are requiring, X-ray and CT scan. So a good place to start for the afternoon session. I now call upon Mr. Felix Sagayaraj, past chairman, IIF Chennai chapter, to felicitate Karthikeyan sir with a traditional Anga system and a personally curated gift.
Thank you.